Why is multiple sclerosis called an invisible disease, Christina?
It's called an invisible disease because you can't see it. You can't see the times when I'm actually, depressed and because basically you look just like people say, oh, you have MS, but you have the MS as an invisible disease, but you don't look sick. You don't look like you have a problem with walking. You don't look like you have a problem with your hands or your legs feeling like they're about to come off because the pain is so unbearable. It's you just can't see a lot of things that's going on with that particular person.
So, you mentioned that you don't look sick.
Hmm.
Have you ever felt pressured to look sick enough for people to believe what you're going through?
Yes, yes, definitely. Especially, I didn't know we were going to even hit on that, but especially when you're trying, some people try to get, disability because their fatigue is it's chronic. It's like you can't even get out of bed. It's like you're trying to. It's not like you can go to sleep and wake up and you feel better. It's like you climb a mountain with 20 people trying to drag you down. That's how bad fatigue can be. It can be so bad if you're driving, you can probably like kind of swerve and it's bad. And so when people go to their little checkups with a disability and you don't look sick, you're not in a wheelchair or walking in a cane, then they think that you're fine. But they don't know 5 minutes later you're like in bed with fatigue. They don't know that, so they'll deny your claim based off that.
And what do you wish people understood about multiple sclerosis that they usually may not understand?
That is it's not a death sentence. You can live amazing lives with MS. You just have to be able to control it. You can't. It's not. It's That's the main misconception. That's the I would say that's the main thing is that people automatically think that you're going to die, or why aren't you in a wheelchair or something like that, or you're going to automatically end up in a wheelchair and not be able to walk. But that's not the case at all.
So I'm afraid to admit this, but so I'm just thinking, how like how do you show up? Like, I don't think I would know how to show up. Let's say if I had a friend that has multiple sclerosis,
Hmm.
because I think I would just maybe assume what they would need
Hmm.
or try to be like helpful.
Hmm.
And what do you think is meaningful support, and what does it actually look like for friends and family to show up for you in a meaningful way?
Um, First of all, don't judge. Like if like say you made some type of um like you guys have like a lunch date. You and your friend went on a lunch date. It's really important to you. Not and that friend with the MS really wants to go. And then maybe 10 minutes later she'll call you and say, you know what, Jordan, and I'm so tired. I can't do it right now. It would be helpful not to make her, because she already feels bad as it is, I promise you. And to understand that that's why we don't make appointments, or that's why I don't make, um, you know, promises, that because I never know what's going to happen, because you never know what's going to happen with this disease. It's just being there for that person, be like, okay, I understand. And maybe you can make um, maybe you can make something like, if in case she doesn't make it, what can I do? Something like that. But just, don't make her feel bad and just support her on that.
Yeah, and what about like doctor's visits? You mentioned that um, you know, you don't look sick.
Hmm.
So how has your experience with going to the doctor, or the transition from maybe when you didn't have multiple sclerosis to like having multiple sclerosis?
Oh, for the time I found out I had multiple sclerosis, what was the
Yeah.
difference? Oh, for them to find out. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, when I was going through my, I never knew what the pain was. My hand would stop hurting. My arm would hurt so bad, and they will always call it bursitis. Or if I had a lot of fatigue going on, which I did, or headaches, they'll say, well, um, maybe it's because you do have a lot of kids. Because I had five, maybe that's why. And I'm like, no, that's not it. And all these different type of reasons as to why I have the pain, and they kind of, especially with women, they will always think it's in our head or, something like that. So it took a while because I was diagnosed by mistake. They found lesions in my head by mistake, and a lot of people find out they have MS by mistake as well. So um, that was the number one thing. They want to give you all these medications and nothing worked. So it took a while for me to, like I said, it happened as a mistake, but it took a while, long time.
Yeah. And now I know you do a lot of advocacy work. So how has your journey um, helped other women like feel empowered like through what you're doing now?
Well, especially like if I'm on, like I have a lot of people on Facebook that I've talked to as well, and some people around. Like my best friend actually has MS, which is weird, from ninth grade. And she gives me people who I need to talk to because this person is going through a certain thing. So a lot of people, it's like a it's like a domino effect. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people want someone to talk to with that has MS. Because some people, well, a lot of people are alone. A lot of people with women, their husbands have left them. The kids don't believe they have MS. Their family is shunning them because they think they're lazy for laying on the couch for so long, and not believing that they're actually tired. And so they be needing someone to talk to. So I just reassure them, like I'm talking to you now, that it's going to be okay. A lot of people are just ignorant to the fact that people with MS, you know, are not in wheelchairs. We look just like this. I can look like this right now, and 5 minutes later be in the bed. You just never know. If I answer
Yeah,
the question, yeah, you never know.
you did. And I love what you're doing in that because it's something that could be overlooked easily and make people feel even more isolated.
Hmm.
I also love that you're building a business. Can we talk about that? And how empowering that is as
Yeah.
well to see just you're not only sharing your story, but you're also pouring into a space of something that's like a need. So, could you just talk about that a little bit?
As I'm living it. As far as the business,
Yeah, just
yeah,
like you have MS as well as your that your MS isn't going away, and so being a business owner
hmm
um, and building your business, like, can you tell me about the experience? On the days you get tired, or like, what does it look like?
it looks. I used to have this thing called mommy guilt. Especially when my kids were a little bit younger and I had it, because I would miss out on their games and stuff like that. And I've never done that before ever. So I would actually have mommy guilt. And I still have a little bit of that now. So if I can't attend certain meetings, or if I can't be out there, or if I can't travel for certain things, my son, has been amazing. So is my husband, thank God, that they take over for me. So that's the I'm thankful for that. So if I'm in the bed or whatever and I can't do anything, I have them to take over, and that's amazing to me. Appreciative,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, yeah, because it's
Well,
hard.
I love what you are building and your family. I love that it's a family affair. This is,
Yeah,
and how I people, someone's watching and they're like, I want to follow along with what you're doing. What's the best place to find you?
I would say I was going to say something else, but I would say just follow the website Ajiint.care. I was going to give them something
Okay.
else, but Ajiint.care would be the best way to follow
Okay.
it, for sure.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for what you're doing and just sharing your journey.
Yeah.
and being so public with it.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
can't wait to have the whole family on next time.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say to anybody who's listening and have any, like anything I mentioned about being by themselves and feeling alone and all that, you could always get on Facebook and ask people, like you get on the Facebook network, and ask people to be your friend, talk to you about certain things. They're all on Facebook. Even me, listen, I would love to talk. That's what I want to do. I would love to talk to people who are like that. I promise you, it would be no problem. If you're feeling alone and feel like you have nothing, like despair, because it gets like that. It gets bad, and I would have no problem talking to you at all.
Okay, so maybe with you saying that, would
Yes.
you be okay if I include that in the comments for anyone that, the best place to contact you, and reach out?
Yes, yes. I,
Okay.
I I I would go as far as saying my phone number, but I don't think my husband would let me do that. But
Oh yeah,
yes, I
yeah.
would. Yeah, because I would actually go there, Jordan. I would go there for real because I'm really big in it's mental health for us MS people. I really want to help people who's going through the mental health because that's what it is as well too. MS is a really big. Oh, I can't even explain. I know we don't have time, but it's big. It's big. It really is. The number one. I mean, we people with MS actually take their lives because of the pain, because of the being by themselves, loneliness, and thinking that they're never going to get better, and thinking this is a death sentence. It's lonely out there, and I want them to know that it can change. It doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. And I'm here. So
Well,
yeah.
thank you, Christina.
Hmm.
And yeah, and I love what you're doing, and I'm grateful that I came across your work as well because
Yeah.
it's important.
Absolutely. I appreciate that so much, Jordan. Thank you so much for having me on.